Welcome to Coffee and Conversations for Men, a podcast where two men, Jay Guy,
Brian Jones,
sit down to share their stories of struggles, successes, and everything in between as they navigate the ups and downs of life.
Each episode will dive into topics men are curious about as it relates to their fitness, nutrition, relationships, mental health, and lifelong learning. If you're looking for real talk, honest discussions, and practical advice, you're in the right place.
So grab your coffee, sit back, and join us for some candid conversations that will inspire, motivate, and remind you that you are not alone on this journey. So let's get started.
Before we dive in, we just want to make something clear.
We are not psychotherapists, social workers, or licensed counselors. We are simply two lifelong friends, Jay and Brian, who are here to share our personal stories and the lessons that we've learned along the way.
While we offer advice based on our experiences, it's important to remember that we are not professionals in those fields. If you're dealing with specific health, mental health, or relationship issues, we always recommend reaching out to a qualified professional who can guide you in the right direction.
With that said, we hope our conversations help spark some positive changes, inspire reflection, and encourage you on your journey. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Conversations for Men. I'm Jay.
And I'm Brian, and we're pumped to have you join us for another deep dive today.
Today's episode is all about understanding the complexities of men's behavior, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're pulling no punches, and we're breaking it down into our 5 pillars, which are nutrition, fitness, mental health, relationships, and lifelong learning.
That's right. Whether it's how we handle stress in the gym, deal with tough emotions, or navigate our personal relationships, men's behavior shapes everything we do.
We're going to explore how the good behaviors build us up and the bad ones hold us back. And the ugly ones, well, they can derail your growth. And we're not just talking theory here, are we?
Not at all. Jay and I will give you real, actionable insights to make sense of it all.
So if you've ever wondered why certain behaviors are keeping you stuck or holding you back in your fitness, health, or your personal life, this episode is for you.
And by the end of it, you'll have a clearer picture on how your actions, both good and bad, affect your growth, and practical tips to start shifting towards healthier, more productive behavior in every area of your life.
So grab your coffee and settle in, and let's unpack the good, the bad, and the ugly of men's behavior.
This one's going to be a game changer for your growth.
I think
Let's
so.
get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, Brian. So for this episode's What's in Your Cup segment, we are long overdue giving a shout out to this company called Grey Ridge Coffee.
Yep. From southwestern Manitoba.
You got
Canada.
it. Canada. Homegrown, baby. Homegrown. This stuff smells amazing.
So Grey Ridge Coffee.
Grey Ridge Coffee. I reached out to these guys through a friend that we used to work with.
Yeah, who lives out there now.
Now lives out in Manitoba. He recommended these guys, and I reached out to them online and on their Facebook page, actually. And they got back to me right away. And I told them about our podcast and said it's a coffee podcast, blah, blah, blah. We do this segment called What's in Your Cup. And they sent us this care package with a bunch of different flavors.
It smells
And let me tell you something. These are incredible. So if you're a coffee lover like we are, check these guys out. Grey Ridge Coffee. These are incredible. The flavor is unbelievable. I really enjoy this.
100% naturally, ethically sourced.
Absolutely.
Which is important to us.
This one here, this Ridge blend here, that's chef's kiss. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, it's so good. So good. So thank you, Grey Ridge.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it very much. It's our first shout out as far as a care package goes.
Yeah.
That's
good.
So much fun.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Stay tuned.
Enjoy.
So this episode that we called Men's Behavior, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we even decide to do a whole hour on that topic?
Well, first of all, in my opinion, I don't think it's that difficult to fill an hour.
Okay.
Behavior.
Okay, but why that topic? We've done, people pleasing and balance and discipline, and but why do we need this time to be vulnerable about that topic?
I think it's important, first of all. I really do. I think it's important because oftentimes we have a hard time acknowledging certain behaviors. And I feel like
you're right.
I feel like that's a huge problem. So knowing you have a problem isn't the problem.
Yeah.
It's acknowledging that there's a problem.
And I think it's important
change.
to note that good behavior for me is defined through my eyes. So you may have the similar behavior, but where you are on the continuum of life, that may be classified as not so good behavior.
Correct.
But where I am, that's good. Or ugly behavior. Ugly behavior that I have. Maybe just bad behavior for you.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
No, you're right, and I think you're right. It's on a scale, and what is bad behavior for me that affects my life negatively may not affect the same person. May not affect a different person the same way.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they don't have those same elements in their life that are being affected by that behavior in the same way.
And if we're made up from past experiences and the sensational now we're living, what we might have classified as good behavior 10 years ago may not be so good now.
Yeah, or maybe not good behavior, excusable behavior.
Yeah,
I think that's excusable behavior. It got overlooked this time and next time and that time too.
Okay, well, let's get into it. This is going to be interesting, okay?
Oh, yeah, let's bite the head off of it. The good,
the
bad, and the ugly.
Okay, for men's behavior. For fitness, which one are you picking?
I have good.
Okay, good. Okay, let's hear it.
I have good for fitness. I really, really, really love the behaviors that come along with the gym. I love sharing in fitness. I love the feeling that I get when I'm sharing fitness with friends and family. I love it. It really fills my cup. My positive behavior my good behavior is from my experiences with my daughters and my wife. That's where I pull from my story for this episode. And a while back, I used to work out with my youngest for a while. Our energy is crazy in the gym. It is such a high energy, and we both have high energy. So when we hit the gym together, it's lightning. And we absolutely love working out together. And, we don't get a chance that often anymore.
Right.
School, life.
Yeah, I know. Life goes on.
But every chance we get, if there's an opportunity for us to work out together, we're in the gym together. We love it. And should there be a song that comes on, and okay, so I gotta say, our playlist, our gym playlist, if you go through our Spotify, our gym playlist is so crazy. It's anywhere from the Muppets to Hamilton, to Mary Poppins, to anything from the 80s, the Bee Gees, like Wu-Tang. It's all over the place. But should there be a high energy banger that comes on, we will, in the middle of a workout, break out in the song and dance. I'm telling you, the amount of times that we have hit a Hamilton, oh God. It's just amazing. The dumbbells go down and we go crazy. Anyhow. And I love that energy. And then the song is over and we're right back to it. Yeah, it's nuts. It's like and scene.
Yeah.
Good. It's so crazy.
Good.
And we have such a great energy together. It's electric. And the same way with my oldest, I absolutely love going rock climbing with her. It's something we enjoy together. And I love the energy that we get together. We encourage each other so much when we're rock climbing. And if you've never been rock climbing, it's pretty tough.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah, and she's a very intelligent, and strategic, and intentional climber.
Okay.
She will stand at the bottom of the course and she will look at the course, and it's like she maps it out in her head. And it's like she can see where she's going before she even hits the wall. And up she goes. And she's very strategic on her route when she gets there, right? I, on the other hand, I am not. Like life, I am chaotic. And I'll look over my shoulder back to her and be like, I'm doing the blue one. And then I hit the wall, right? And I'll be halfway up the wall and I'll be like, oh, where am I going? and I'll holler over my shoulder while hanging off the wall, and I'm like, and she'll be like, "It's on your right," and I'll reach for the back, and like,
I love it.
and it's that energy, and
Yeah.
I love the energy that
Yeah.
we have when we're rock climbing together, and again, work and life gets in the way sometimes, and you don't go as often as you like, but every time we get an opportunity to, we go rock climbing, and I love it. I absolutely love spending time.
So is
with
the
it.
intensity different if you're doing it by yourself versus you're doing it
Yeah,
with
very
her?
much so.
Yeah.
You
Really?
put your earbuds in and you're in your own head,
Really?
and the energy's not really there. But when we're together, it's great energy. I love it.
Yeah.
Same with my wife and I when we go hiking.
Yeah.
We go everywhere camping,
Mm-hmm.
and we love going new places to hit new trails. And I love the energy that we have when we're hiking. I love it. Fantastic. I love hiking with her. Yeah, I love checking out waterfalls and climbing up sides of rocks. Right. When we were in Las Vegas and we did Red Rock Canyon, that was incredible. Now we were both ready to like leave our. We were both ready to just crawl under a rock. Uh-huh. Oh man, we were exhausted, but it was so cool, and like. I love it. I love the energy the energy that we have when we're hiking.
So definitely good behavior for fitness.
Oh God, yeah.
That's great.
I love it. Good. Love spending time with those guys through fitness.
Great.
Yeah, love it.
No, mine. I realized with fitness I couldn't do it by myself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I needed some trainers, some coaches to help me out. Yeah, that's there. Yeah. So I reached out. Yeah. I connected with 2 different trainers through a Facebook group that both of you and I were part of. Yeah. Lee Hayward from Newfoundland.
Oh yeah, and very knowledgeable.
Oh my gosh, so knowledgeable. Yeah. Actually, he's in Toronto this week doing training on.
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
And so he did a Lost Your Gut challenge, and it was a virtual coaching program that I signed up for. And he has the muscleup40blueprint.com. Yep. And he's the owner and the head coach at Lee Hayward's Total Fitness Bodybuilding. And he pushed me to a different level. Yeah. Which was incredible. And then from there, I also involved Matt Griffith from the UK, who's a bodybuilder, and he's a science-based researcher. And I signed up for his, it was called a Santa Shred Challenge. So after Christmas, you put on a few extra pounds. Yep. Well, this was in January, and so I worked with him intensively. And again, he upped my game. With weights and just with the whole bit of the mind muscle connection and what I need to do to go to the next level. Right. And because of that next spring I signed up for a CrossFit boot camp that kicked my ass for 10 weeks. Really? Oh my gosh. And but it's what I needed to go to that next level. But without trainers watching and guiding and supporting and nurturing and challenging me, I wouldn't have got to the next level. So it was good behavior for sure. And then we've got some followers from our podcast who've reached out that I started to follow their sites. Phil Robertson, who's incredible physique when it comes to strength training. Yeah. And he did a demo on his site with kettlebell. So I love kettlebells. I emailed or I texted, messaged him, and I said, now I saw your demo. I don't understand. You had your hands here, like what that, like to explain to me why that happened. Right. And he got back to me within an hour, and he said, "Okay, Brian, this is why I did what I did." Yeah. And I said, "Would it be okay if I did a demo and sent it to you, and you could critique it back to me?" So it's this reciprocal learning that it's going to take place. So I'm really excited. Dirk Schultz is another guy from Palm Springs, California, who I've made contact with that I can reach out to with a fitness question or a nutrition question too. Yeah, that's there. But it's relying on the expertise of other people to help you go further.
And that's I mean, to have somebody that has the knowledge that you're looking for is so important when you're trying to get to another level or gain a little more experience or clean up your technique. Yes. It's so important to be able to reach other people. And when you limit yourself because you think you have limitations,
oh my gosh,
you're doing yourself a disservice because these people they once learned them themselves. Like you are doing yourself a disservice by not reaching out to somebody that could potentially help you.
And if this is the quote that I've been thinking about too,
Mhm, mhm.
that if your body is the only car you're ever going to drive
Mhm.
in your entire life,
Mhm.
then you have to decide: are you driving a junker
Yeah,
or not?
I love it.
Because geez, it's if your body is a reflection of what you do with it,
Yeah.
and yes, it's some DNA, some genetics there,
Mhm.
but also what you put into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're not wrong. Like it kind of goes hand in hand with what you were just saying about you want to drive a sports car, you're not putting the cheapest gas you can get
No.
around there, right?
No.
My quote that I brought to the table today is, energy is contagious, both positive and negative.
Mm-hmm.
Choose wisely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, the energy
Yeah.
that you're displaying with your daughters and your wife too is contagious.
Yeah, and
That's there.
it really is, and I just feed off of it. Like I say, it really fills my cup when I hang out with those guys. And my wife's pop, like grandfather for us,
Mm-hmm.
but her pop, he has a saying. It says, "You hang around a barbershop long enough, you're bound to catch a haircut." And I hope I did that. I hope we did him justice. But it's like saying, you hang around with positive people, you're gonna be positive. You hang around with negative people, you're gonna be negative. So fill your cup with the best you can get.
And we've talked about it before. You become the company you keep.
100%.
So if you can keep brushing yourself up against people who you can learn from, then you become better yourself.
Yeah.
There's a book that I came across, Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Matthews, and it's a simple science of building the ultimate body. And what he emphasizes that building an impressive physique does not require magic supplements or complicated routines. Instead, it consists of heavy resistance training, a balanced protein-rich diet, and proper recovery. And recovery was one area that I certainly was neglecting. And if you take those areas, the resistance training, the balanced protein-rich diet, and the recovery, that's the key elements for muscle growth and fat loss, which is really, really interesting.
And a lot of times, like the recovery part is what most people struggle with.
I know.
Because they're afraid of like rest days or something.
I know.
Like honestly, right? And you hear the whole like no days off.
Yeah.
It's
too But that's when muscles grow.
When you're it's crazy. I know. And honestly, but that you hear it so often, right? No days off, it's so crazy, but it is when muscles grow, and that's just so to identify the recovery time. That's one thing that everybody should be looking at.
I agree. So any advice for our listeners?
I'll circle that back around to your coaches again. Don't limit yourself. If you feel like there's another level in you and you're struggling to get there on your own, just reach out to coaches. They're there for a reason. They've gotten to where they are for a reason. They're full of advice. They're full of information that you don't have. Even if, like I said, you're trying to brush up on technique, take the opportunity and send somebody a message. Or have a look through your local gym and find out who's appealing to you, who's doing what you who's doing workouts that are appealing to you and what you're looking to incorporate into your routine.
I agree. For me, it's just listen to your body. Because overtraining can lead to injury, which I sort of found that out, which leads to regular rest and recovery are essential. And that's what we just talked about that. For sustaining your fitness, listen to your body.
Yeah, it's so important.
Good.
Yeah, if you feel like you need it, just take a couple of days. If you feel like you need a week, take it. Your body's only going to benefit from it.
That's right.
Okay, Brian, let's slide on into nutrition here. You got a good one? A bad
one? It's not good behavior. It's bad behavior for me.
Okay.
And it's now I know that when men ignore some long-term effects of poor eating, it leads to unhealthy choices. And that leads to weight gain and health issues. And eating sweets after dinner is, I just crave it. I've already eaten dinner, and I just want that just a little bit. A little bit. But I can have just a little bit. And one bite leads to 2 bites, leads to another spoonful, and before you know it, the whole tub of ice cream is half empty, or the bowl of trail mix is gone, or that one slice of cake becomes 2 slices of cake. And then I feel guilty after because I've watched myself. I'm watching my hand put it right to my mouth. That's there, and why is that happening? So it's
that dopamine from eating rewarding food keeps me coming back for more, and it's this whole cycle. And I know the hormone, the leptin, yes, it's a hunger regulator, but in emotional state, it's mindless eating, and these signals can become disruptive, and that just leads to eating more and more and more and more. I don't think I'm the only one out there.
Snacking.
Snacking.
Yeah.
It's not even a snack. It's a constant graze. So I've really had to put some strategies in place to help me out, but it's not good behavior.
Yeah, it's like when you're sitting, watching TV and you just, I'm just going to snack on this, or like you say, grazing. Yeah. Or like, oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm guilty of it too. I really am. I'm guilty of.
No, I get giving yourself a treat. Yeah. I give, and you've told me about that. Treat yourself, but not every friggin' day.
Yeah, right.
And every meal. Like I grew up, that dinner was finished when dessert came to the table.
Oh, like an old-fashioned home.
And then it wasn't just one dessert.
Yeah.
It was, do you want the pie? Do you want the cake? The apple crisp? And there's cookies. Wow. Oh, there's tarts here too, so you pick. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Pick.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, actually. That's a lot of pressure.
So wow. That's my story that's there.
Wow.
Like God, that's bad behavior on my part.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. I have both, actually. I have good behavior and bad behavior. Which one do you want?
Well, let's hear the bad one.
You want the bad one?
Yeah.
All right. So my bad behavior for the kitchen it comes from the chaos. It comes from the unorganizational thoughts. It comes from the chaos. It comes from the not being able to focus on just one thing at a time. That's where the bad behavior comes from for me in the kitchen. And I have a hard time following recipes. That's no shocker, right? I bounce back and forth between the stove and the counter and the stove and the counter. And it really is. It's back and forth between both.
You're lucky doing a push-up in between.
Oh my God. and I don't even bounce back and forth. You should see me. What was the show? Michael Keaton. When in the beginning of the show and he pushes himself in the wheelie chair back like Michael J. Fox does? Yeah, like that. That's what I'm like in this. I'll push myself right off the counter, slide right on over to the stove, and then slide from the stove right back to the counter. Okay. I'm telling you. And then because of that, there are steps in the recipe that get missed. Uh-huh. There are ingredients that get left out sometimes. At the end of a meal, my wife will be like, "Hey, what's this for?" And I was like, "Oh shit, that was step 4." Yeah, and it'll be like, "Oh, can we add it in now?" Yeah. Well, no, it's supposed to be cooking with that, And so I'll learn, and I think I put a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself to get it right. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Right. I just want to get it right. Mm-hmm. And so I put a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself to get it right. And then a lot of the times it's, once it starts going downhill, it goes downhill fast, right. And then it's like, and then I'm all over the place. I got more than one thing going. The rice is burning over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then if I'm trying to finish a meal and get it prepped and ready to go for a certain time, or I'm trying to get dinner done because somebody's got an appointment after work and stuff like I put undue pressure, unneeded pressure on myself to get that done. So that's right. Another
so what do you do?
What
do you do about that?
So actually, good thing you asked. So just recently, my daughter said to me, she had an appointment, and I was stressing out about getting her fed before her appointment, and she said, "Dad, it's not important if I eat before or after. It's just not. It's not necessary for you to put that pressure on yourself to make sure that it's done before I get into my appointment. It's just not worth it. Don't do it. I can eat after." And I was like, "Oh my God." I totally, the weight was off me, and I was like, "Oh my God. Thank you. I appreciate that." And I really, truly did. She just looked me in my face and was like, "It's not necessary. Mm-hmm. It's okay if I eat after." Right. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm going to make it.
Good.
And I was like, "Oh my God, girl, you don't even know what that means to me."
Right.
Yeah. And so, and off she went to her appointment. I cooked dinner. My wife came home. We all joined. She joined in. We finished dinner up, and she was done with her appointment. And yeah, it went beautifully.
Good.
Instead of the pressure, instead of the unnecessary stress at
Good.
all. Yeah, but I do a lot with a lot of different things in my life. I put in a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself, and those are behaviors that I have to work on and that I'm working on.
Yeah.
To try to, not be perfect in a lot of the areas that I stress over.
Good.
Yeah. Because it's just not necessary, man. I'm learning, though. I'm learning.
Good.
Yeah, I'm learning.
To overcome my eating uncontrollably,
Yeah,
and that's sweet, is I did a little video for myself.
okay.
I did a selfie video.
Mhm.
It's only about, 45 seconds long.
Yeah.
And it's myself giving myself hell for doing what I am going to do.
Mm.
And I am talking into the camera,
Mhm.
and I am saying, put it back.
Mhm.
You don't need it.
Right.
That's not part of your long-term goal.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it? Is it emotional eating? Are you eating because it's just there? Like, what is it habitually? Like, why are you eating it? You don't need to. That wasn't part of your. And if you want to eat it, by all means, go ahead. But you're going to regret it after. That's there. It's not a treat right now. You're eating it like it's just part of the diet. So, and that's helped. I've had to pull out the video, watch the 50 seconds of myself giving myself hell for stuffing it in my mouth.
Like your own accountability coach?
It is. And it has stopped me. I'll put it back.
Yeah.
That's there. And I'll you know what? You're right. Let's leave it to when I am hungry and it becomes a treat instead of just part of a regular routine.
Yeah, I'm just happen to be walking through the kitchen and I picked it up.
Just pick it up. I'll pick it up.
I just want more.
I know.
And off you go, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I know of chronic eating, those high sugars, there's a higher risk of depression there. And I know that, I think the research says 27% higher in men who have sweet foods compared to people who are health conscious.
Right.
And I'm not sure what that's going on in their brain hormonally, like what's actually happening in their body, but for that to lead to depression. But there is a connection for sure.
Yeah, I have no doubt. Yeah, sugar is a huge a huge inflammatory when it comes to eating, whether it's in your brain, whether it's in your gut, where it's all connected. Let's face it, anyway, right? It's that's a good idea. Your little video there,
and it works,
especially if you're having trouble talking yourself into putting it back.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You got any quotes?
The quote that I found really interesting was, the food you eat can either be the safest and the most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison.
Ooh. Yeah. Wow.
So
that's hard.
That was pretty powerful.
Yeah, that is powerful.
And junk food is not a reward. It's a punishment to your body. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
What about you? Do you have a quote?
Yeah, I have health is wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another one is food is medicine.
Oh, yeah. And that's it.
It's true. And the one from Mel Robbins that I really love is you're one decision away from changing your life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love her.
Way to go, Mel.
That's great. Advice. Quick advice before we wrap up.
Advice. Advice. If you're dealing with the cravings, you put some systems in place like you have done for yourself.
Yeah. And avoid those fad diets. Oh my gosh. Just focus on sustainable, balanced nutrition rather than the extremes. And my advice would be just avoid the fad diets. Focus on sustainable, balanced nutrition rather than extremes.
Yeah. I honestly, I think fad is supposed to stand for forget about that. not a T, a D. Forget about that.
That's great. This next one for mental health, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think a lot of guys can relate to this. So where do you want to start here? What do you got?
I got all three, Brian. I could do all three.
Okay.
For mental health, I got all three.
Really?
Yeah, I got good
behavior
and ugly. I got them all. Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear. Let's hear the bad one.
Okay, you got it. All right, so. My bad behavior was thinking that I was capable of doing it all myself. I got a handle on this.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm fine. Remember my I'm fine? I was the king of I'm fine. Yeah. That's capable of doing it myself. That was, and there was a lot of bad behaviors that came along with that, and you can read just about as many self-help books as you want, but you actually need help.
Yeah.
Yes, self-helps are great, but you actually need real help
Right.
when you're dealing with some poor behaviors.
Yeah.
And sometimes self-help books can only give you advice. Sometimes they can only give you the right direction, but you actually need to seek help. You actually need to talk to people, qualified people that can help you, really help, and that's what I needed to do for me to change some of my bad behaviors. Some of my behaviors, like I said about, was self-sabotage. So when you're dealing with self-sabotage, you're, closing off emotionally, physically. You're separating yourself from your friends and your loved ones. You're catastrophizing everything inside, so that you're, well, I told you it was going to go this way, or I knew it was going to turn out that way, or I knew, why would it even bother? That kind of stuff. You're sabotaging all of the good that could come out of a situation. If you just got the real help that could change that, right? And I was always in a cycle of, I'll do better, I'll be better, and that lasted for so long. I'll be better, I'll do better, and that would only go so long, and then till you to those same habits, those same routines, those same behaviors come poking back in, and it's like, oh shit, because you really didn't get help. You just read another book, or you just you just tried to be better, and I can speak from experience. This is what it was for me. And not because I didn't want to be better or do better or have better behaviors. It's just because I wasn't really getting the help. I was just trying to do it on my own, and I just wasn't capable of doing it on my own. Unfortunately, I had to, I had all the greatest intentions, but I didn't have the training on my own.
This is exactly what I'm going to be talking about.
Okay.
Although mine's not bad, it's ugly, and it's the same thing. So it's interesting that similar behavior, in your eyes, it was just bad. Mine it's ugly, because I know that men who neglect their mental health may turn to some healthy coping mechanisms and exhibit less than desirable behavior. So for me, it was therapy that unlocked this. Now I'm not sure what episode we're on right now, but I have not admitted what I'm going to admit to people. And it was therapy that helped me see through this. And it was only in my last 3 years of my career that I realized that some behavior that I thought was very normal in my life was actually harmful. And I have strong emotional intelligence, and I knew about mentoring, and I knew about coaching, and I had trained mentees to understand cognitive behavior therapy, and that's the CBT, which is a type of psychotherapy when it comes to talk therapy, and that helps an individual recognize and change negative thoughts, patterns, and behaviors that are contributing to some type of emotional distress or a mental health issue. And I try to do this on my own. And I knew enough about it because I had coached other people on it. So I thought, I will do this to make sense of myself, of what had happened to me and what I was doing. Well, it backfired.
Oh, okay.
And I had ended up going to a therapist for a lot of sessions. And finally, the therapist said, Brian, a dentist would never, ever fill their own cavity. A surgeon would never, in a zillion years, ever give themselves an appendectomy. They would have another expert do that to them. Another dentist would have another dentist fill their cavity. They wouldn't do it themselves. So why do you think doing CBT, the cognitive behavior therapy on yourself, was going to be effective? I needed help. I had exhibited some behavior that I was not proud of. that I needed help to understand some things that happened in the past and things that I was exhibiting.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that led to some poor choices that I was making when I wasn't getting help from somebody else. I was doing it on my
Right,
own,
right.
and those choices I regret.
Mhm.
I'm not proud of
Mhm.
at all,
Mhm.
but it's part of my past
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So yeah, it was ugly behavior
Yeah.
that I was doing that really was affecting some mental health
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
I'm kind of reminded of Bob Dylan's song, and it's all right, Ma, I'm only bleeding, and that highlights the internal struggles and the importance of acknowledging them. And as soon as I acknowledged them, I started to grow and heal.
Mhm. Mhm.
But there's some wounds there that are scabs.
Yeah, that constantly get picked at sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, that are easily triggered.
yeah. Me too. I think a lot of us have things from the past that sometimes unexpectedly get picked at, and that wound starts bleeding again out of nowhere sometimes.
And you have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Basically, and there's a research article by House, and it's the mask of masculinity, and how men can embrace vulnerability, create strong relationships, and live in their fullest lives. And he argues, vulnerability is a sign of strength, not weakness. And by removing their masks, and I know we talked about hiding behind the masks in a previous episode, that as soon as we remove the mask, men can foster a deeper relationship, improve their mental health, and live a more fulfilling life. But opening up emotionally is greater, leads to a greater authenticity and connection.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's 2 episodes from now, we're going to be talking about finding your tribe, making a connection.
Yeah.
And that vulnerability is so key. But without it, we were spiraling out of control.
Yeah, I was, and I was trying to do it on my own, like yourself.
Yeah,
and
we can't.
No, we can't. And I have amazing friends. I have incredible friends that love me for me, good, bad, and ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even leaning on them. And it's just amazing that we just think we can. I'll be fine. I'll do it on my own.
I know.
I'll just work on this on my own time, my own headspace.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. No, it's just not. It's not. And just because I only mentioned my bad behavior doesn't mean I didn't have ugly behavior.
Oh, I know. I'm sure.
I have some ugly behavior.
Yeah.
I definitely do, and I have worked very hard on that ugly behavior. And
did you feel comfortable telling a little bit about it?
I would go from 0 to 100. Anytime my insecurities would get the better of me, or anytime I felt like the slightest disrespect, any sort of once my ego gets involved, that's it. I go from 0 to 100, and everybody in the room is like, what the hell just happened there? What the hell just happened? And it means nothing to anybody else but me. And so you've hit a nerve, you've triggered something that it only matters to me. And that's the problem when you're dealing with it on your own. You're not really dealing with it. You're just trying to shove it aside.
I can remember you coming into some mentoring sessions. I didn't even open my mouth. You were talking when you entered the room, and 45 minutes later, you were still talking. And, you're just... And I just acknowledged. I gave you space.
Yeah.
But 0 to 100.
0 to 100.
Yeah,
0 to 100.
Wow. Any advice for our listeners when they're dealing with this behavior for mental health?
I think that when you're dealing with something on your own, if you do not have the skills to do it on your own, don't deal with it on your own.
And that's my advice.
All right, Brian. Our next segment is on relationships.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sometimes they are.
Yes.
Sometimes they are. Good, bad, and ugly. Yeah. And so my story tonight has all three woven into it. Not a good segment, not a bad segment.
Okay, so where do you want to start?
I'll just start with my story.
Okay.
Yeah. And it will reveal itself.
Okay. Lay it on.
My relationship with my wife has never been better.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yes. Almost 25 years of marriage, and we're both still enjoying each other's company.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. And we are still each other's favorite person.
Okay, well, that's still good.
Yes. And has it always been easy? No. No, it has not.
Okay.
But it's always been worth it.
Oh, okay.
It's always been worth it. Always. And she saw this person in me that I couldn't see. She saw the potential in me that I couldn't see. And she saw it long before I ever knew it was there. She saw an unbroken version of me that I wanted to be so badly. She saw it long before I did. And I didn't see it. I just knew I didn't like the way I was. Didn't have a clue how to get to where I wanted to be, though. She did. She saw it long before me. God love her for her patience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The self-loving version of myself, the healed version of myself is what she saw. And she encouraged me to chase it. She encouraged me to find it. And she gave me the room and the space to do so, which I've mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
And the love for her that I have is not new. It's not new. It's always been that way. But it's the love that I have for myself allows me to love her differently, with more gratefulness, with more gratitude, with more openness, and holding nothing back, even the ugly parts. I'm not trying to hide them anymore. I'm not trying to fake it anymore, pretend or perform anymore, because she loves me. And I know she loves me even for the ugly stuff. So there's no act anymore. I don't have to pretend anymore. And that in itself gives me that gratitude, that gratefulness to love her wholly. That's where it's not a new love. I've always loved her, deeply loved her with everything that I am. But I'm able to love me. Loving me now is able to love her wholly, without fear of judgment, without fear of insecurity, without any of that stuff, or because I know she loves me for me.
So how did you get there?
Oh my God, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. It's like a lot of self-work, doing a lot of self-work through therapy with my therapist, peeling back the layers of a lot of different things from childhood, from a lot of different insecurities, from a lot of different things. Like say, well, we have wounds from the past, all that kind of stuff, without getting too into it here. But able to peel back those layers and knowing full well that she's still here. Every step of the way, she's still here. Ice Cube, I saw an interview recently, and the host said to Ice Cube, "Oh, you've been married 32 years. Holy shit. How?" And he said, "Because we want to be." I was like, "Amen, brother." Because you want to be. And that's what I say. Like, it's been worth it. Has it been easy? No. Lord knows it hasn't been easy.
It's not easy.
But it's been worth it. Like, she is my everything. She's my favorite person. She is my person. She's my person. And it's so, I'm so grateful that she picked me as her person. And even through all of the bullshit, all of the nonsense, all of my stuff, she still picked me, man. And she's still stuck it out. And she's still here because she wants to be. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Case closed.
Oh my gosh.
And that's my story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, mine's not bad, but it's not good. So maybe it's a gray area, or maybe it's neutral, or maybe it's questionable. And I know that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and emotional intimacy and effective communication that you've talked about. But my behavior is somewhere in between bad and good. That's there, and I need to grow in the area of intimate relationships, just with open communication. Improving communication is a big thing, a growth area that I need to work on. It was interesting. I was on a Zoom call in the support group, and there's this one, we were asked as an icebreaker, describe one word or list one word that would describe you. And this 85-year-old guy, he said, he's from Oregon, and he said, I'm hot. And we all broke out laughing. And he says, no, hot, H-O-T, honest, open, and transparent.
Oh, shit.
Well, if he's hot, then I'm just lukewarm.
Oh,
I'm warm.
that's what you
I've
mean.
got,
Yeah.
I'm welcoming, ambiguous, regretful, and muddled for warm. And I'm working through things. And some days, and this roller coaster ride, my hands are just waving freely in the air, like, yeah. And there's other days I'm just hanging on to that bar for dear life,
Oh, yeah.
saying, when's this? Oh my gosh, another turn. So it's warm.
Yeah.
Right now. It's not hot.
Yeah.
And I'm praying, I'm hoping that I get there to be hot.
Yeah.
But this 85-year-old guy, he was so confident because in all his relationships, he is honest, open, and completely transparent.
Wow.
Kind of reminds me of Bruno Mars' song, Just the Way You Are, which celebrates accepting everyone's true self in a relationship.
Amen.
Because it certainly isn't easy for all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. And, unfortunately, we all have good, bad, and ugly behaviors that we have in relationships that we roll through our relationships with. And sometimes they're not addressed, and sometimes they're just pushed to the side, or they're like excusable behaviors.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes your significant others, your partners, sometimes they catch the heat for that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
And so if you have some behaviors that, are needing to be excused and or always compromised, do yourself a favor and your partner a favor and just talk to somebody. Just look into those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I discovered in this research, Wisner's research on, there's actually attachment term called lukewarm attachment. And it's ambivalence in relationships. And this whole anxious, ambivalent attachment describes individuals who crave closeness but fear rejection. So it leads to inconsistent behavior in relationships. And this attachment style is the result of relationships that are neither fully satisfying nor completely dissatisfying. And it's somewhere it's a lukewarm state.
Yeah. Makes
so
sense.
it's where you need to grow.
Yeah.
You decide with your partner.
Yeah.
Because it's not your journey, it's both of your journey.
Yeah, you're in it together.
For this.
Yeah.
Strategies?
Strategies. Oof, yeah. I got quotes.
Okay, well, let's hear a quote.
I got a quote. All right. If I'm wrong, educate me. Don't belittle me. Give me the opportunity. Hang in there with me. Give me the opportunity to learn and the space to grow, and I will give you a new version of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't.
Yeah.
Educate me, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know what I know until I'm told something
That's
different.
right. Yeah, educate me. Don't belittle me. Yeah, educate me. Yeah. It's
and that may involve some unlearning on your part. For you to step back and look at yourself and decide where are you going next.
Yeah, absolutely. And where am I going next so that we can go together?
Yes.
Yeah, because you need to find somebody who claps for you in public and coaches you in private. That's a true power couple.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. So my advice is just, have that open communication.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to the hot. Be honest, open, and transparent. Yeah. Because, you spend more time with your spouse than anybody else. Be open and honest.
Yeah, with yourself, too.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, our last pillar is lifelong learning. Lessons learned from men's behavior, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So where do you want to start with this one?
Lessons learned. Well, I can tell you that I have learned that I do have bad behaviors. I do have ugly behaviors.
But you're acknowledging it.
I am acknowledging it.
So that's huge.
But I also do have good behaviors too. Let me kick this off. One of my bad behaviors that I've learned through therapy is that I have a hard time admitting that I make mistakes. I have a hard time saying, sorry about that, I messed up. I mean, that was wrong with me. I made a mistake. And it goes back to, stuff in the past. It goes back to undealt. It's like 10-year-old Jay who's looking for a corner to run and hide into because he feels like he's going to get in trouble for something, And Brian, I'm a grown ass man, and nobody can ground me or send me to my room, or I'm not going to get the belt or get hit with anything, or you know what I mean. Like nothing is going to happen. Yet that trauma still exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yet there isn't anybody physically that's going to harm me. Yet that's trauma. That's real trauma. And those behaviors, those are real, and those are real hard to break. So in the moment, it's really hard for me to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, because there's that trauma that still hasn't fully healed. I'm working on it. We're peeling back the layers in therapy and working on that kind of stuff. But and sometimes when you have repeat behavior patterns, it can be kind of tricky to find it can be hard to find the trigger and the cause of the trigger.
Right.
And sometimes it's not obvious at all. The pattern and the behavior and the trigger, sometimes you feel like they have nothing in common, and they have everything to do with each other.
Right.
As much as you'd like them not to.
Right.
But they are very clearly they are very clearly related. And sometimes you can feel like all of your effort and all of your hard work that you've put in, you should be further along the self-improvement scale, quote unquote.
It does not happen overnight.
No, it does not. And there's no such thing as a self-improvement scale.
Right.
It just doesn't. It doesn't exist. It just takes patience, effort, and consistent effort.
Yeah. Perseverance.
Yeah. I'm patience isn't my strong suit. So the fact that it takes patience and it takes constant effort is really hard to work through, because I want it now. I want it to be done now. I want it to be fixed now. I want it to be, I want it to be better now. And it just takes a lot of work and a lot of constant effort to be able to, in those moments, not run away, not have young Jay run away, and not freeze up and take that fight or flight mode,
Now, are you realizing in the moment that you have made a mistake?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do?
But I can't stop it. I can't
Really?
shut that behavior off. I can't shut it down, or at least not yet. I don't know how to shut it off yet in the moment.
Okay.
Because I'm still running away in my head.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, and that's the part you work on
Right.
in therapy,
Right.
through that to heal that kind of trauma, is so that you can, in those moments, learn how to shut that off, and you don't have to deal with that behavior anymore.
So what would you tell that 10-year-old Jay then? Now, if he was in that corner hiding in the fetal position, what would you tell him?
There isn't anybody that is going to give you trouble for anything that you've done, because saying I'm sorry, I made a mistake, it's like that is the only thing that's necessary. You don't have to run away. There's not a corner that can save you. You can't run into a corner and be helped. Just facing that and saying, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. That wasn't necessary. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. That's what's necessary, not running away from it. And that's what I would tell 10-year-old Jay. Yeah. Just say, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's it. Just say, I'm sorry. Acknowledge you made a mistake. You don't have to run away from it, buddy.
Yeah. And our past does not define us.
Nope.
Our now defines us.
Correct.
What we are doing right now in this moment is who we are. That's our identity now.
Yeah, absolutely. Pardon me. Absolutely.
And you can do this by yourself.
No, God, no. Not with any self-help book, not with anything. I needed a real professional who could help me work through this stuff.
And that fits right into what my life learning is. I cannot do it by myself. I need mentors. I need coaches surround me. I need someone who will come into my comfort zone and push me forward. Someone who I trust. Yeah. And this is what I did in my career and my fitness journey, and then into my retirement too. I had mentors that I relied on to guide me and to push me, to help me along and to kick my ass. When it came to mentoring, I think you were the first 15 years ago when you came in, and we were talking about this mentoring relationship, and I was helping you through some stuff that you were dealing with. And I soon recognized, oh my gosh, this guy knows stuff about fitness and nutrition. Let me pick his brain.
Right.
So it became a mentoring, a reciprocal mentoring relationship that was two-way.
Yeah.
My career mentor is Mark, and he allowed me to grow, and he would encourage me and validate me and bring me along and give me a resource, and here's a course for you to consider. But he would kick my ass too. It's something that I needed. And then when I was getting ready to be retired, I had a retirement mentor.
Yeah.
Someone who was ahead, who had already lived it. And it was James. And I loved his ideas. He knew nothing about me financially, knew nothing about us personally. So I didn't want to go to somebody who would tell me what they think I should do.
Right.
I wanted them to share what they were doing and say, here are some options.
Yeah.
And we become still very close friends, even though I'm retired now. But this reciprocal mentorship is really key, where the mentor learns from the mentee learns from the mentor. And there's whole research around reciprocal mentorship. And if you can find someone to support you in this, that you're going to be that exchange the knowledge and the perspectives and create this two-way of learning. The growth is astronomical.
Yeah, and I've mentioned that I'm in a men's group, and I love my men's group. I love my men's group, and so it's run by a facilitator, and so there's somebody, there's a professional running it, but we are encouraging each other. We're giving advice to each other. We're sharing our own life experiences, that kind of stuff.
But trust has to be there.
100%.
And if it's not there, people shut up.
Yeah.
People just, it's not for them.
Yeah. And I would encourage everybody to find yourself a group, a support group, whether it's co-ed, men's, women's,
whatever.
Find a group. They're out there. Find a group. I encourage it.
Any advice?
Yes.
Or a quote or something to kind of bring this to closure here.
Yeah. I have a journal entry, and I would love to read it out.
Sure.
And it's my own, just from me.
Yeah.
And it said, today I did nothing. Nothing to bring me down, nothing to tear me down, nothing to keep me down. And tomorrow, I'd like to do nothing again. And that was
celebrate nothing.
That was a journal entry. It was one of those days where I had a good day.
Yeah.
And, rather than just writing had a good day on the page, I was like, I did nothing today to stop me from having a good day. I didn't talk myself out of anything. I didn't talk myself into having a bad day. I had a good day. And I made a note of it. And that's the way I made a note of it. I didn't do anything.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's how I made the note of it. And honestly, if you have bad behaviors, it doesn't mean you're a bad person.
No.
You have to learn what causes the behavior.
Yes.
Learn what causes the triggers that cause the behavior, and learn how to change the behavior and move forward with a new behavior. That's the important thing.
Sure it is.
And in therapy, I have a thing, my therapist and myself, we have a thing called name it to tame it. And naming it. So naming the behavior is how you start to tame it.
Right. Recognize it. Honor it. Step up to the plate, own it, and move on.
Yeah. And that's what I had to do with, I had to name it. I had to name my behavior for making mistakes. Yeah.
And I think through all of those pillars in this episode, we have named it.
Yeah.
And we've tamed it.
Yeah. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That's real. That sums it up a lot. We've had all good, the bad, and the ugly.
And will we continue to have that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that wraps up today's episode of Coffee and Conversations for Men. A big thank you to all our listeners for tuning in. We really appreciate you spending time with us.
Be sure to check out the show's notes for links, resources, and everything we've discussed today. Be on the lookout for new episodes where Jay and Brian continue to share their stories, dive deep into topics that matter most, and keep the conversation going.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll always be first to know when new episodes drop. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, share it with a friend or leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. Now, if there's a topic you'd like us to explore, reach out and let us know.
This is Jay and Brian reminding you to grab your coffee
Or your favorite beverage.
and keep the conversation going. Until next time,
Stay strong
stay curious.
and stay connected.